Good morning, friends. Today we will discuss one of the important topic in statistics, that is normal distribution. In paper 2 of statistics at SYBAC level, we have a paper which is known as continuous probability distributions. In this continuous probability distributions, we have discussed what do you mean by continuous random variable, then how to find out a PDF of continuous random variable, how to find out movement generating function, and some important properties of continuous probability distribution. In chapter number 2, we have discussed what is bivariate continuous random variable. At the same time, we have discussed all the properties of bivariate continuous random variables, and further we have discussed some conditional mean, conditional expectations, and transformation of two-dimensional continuous random variable. After that, we have discussed some standard continuous probability distributions. We have studied a uniform distribution. Also, now we are going to study the second very important continuous type of probability distribution, that is normal, and one more distribution we are going to study is called as exponential distribution. So this is all about our paper number 2 at SYBAC. Now, our learning objectives are how to define a uniform distribution and understand the concept of uniform distribution. Now, we will study in this particular lecture the important properties of normal distribution, and we have to recognize the situations where normal distribution can be applied. Further, we have some properties of binomial distribution as well as Poisson distribution, that for large values of n, how binomial distribution can be treated as normal distribution, how for large values of lambda Poisson distribution can be looked upon as a normal distribution. And the last chapter from this particular paper is exponential distribution. So exponential distribution is basically a distribution which is based on a random variable which takes only positive values, and how exponential distribution is used to solve the problems in business. Now we will discuss some properties of continuous random variable. This is just revision. We know that for a continuous random variable, probability of single point is always considered at 0, and that's why probability that A is less than or equal to X is less than or equal to B can be treated as probability A is less than X is less than or equal to B. That because probability of X is equal to A, that is a single point, is always treated as 0. Therefore, for continuous probability distributions, all these probabilities are equal, whether you consider point A or you don't consider point B. Okay, so probability of single point is 0. Therefore, this is the peculiar property of continuous type of random variable. Further, we have definition of cumulative distribution function, or just simply distribution function, which is denoted by capital F of small x. And what is that? It is actually a probability of the type x is less than or equal to x. That is, your random variable x always take value less than or equal to x, and that probability can be obtained by a lower limit of that particular random variable minus infinity to x fy dy. Y is your dummy variable, and this particular function, distribution function, can be defined for each and every value of x, and it is non-decreasing function of x. So these are the properties of distribution function. Further, we can use this distribution function f of x in order to compute the probabilities of this type. Okay, so when probability x is less than or equal to x is f of x, probability x is greater than a will be 1 minus f of a. So we can compute probability of this type using distribution function. Further, we can compute probability fb minus fa in order to compute probability of the interval that a is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to b, because probability of single point a, single point b is 0. Therefore, for any a is less than b, we can compute probability a is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to b is fb minus fa. So distribution function can be used in order to obtain probabilities of any type of interval. Okay. Now one can obtain PDF f of x using your distribution function f of x, because since x is a continuous random variable with PDF f of x, the cumulative density function fx is obtained by using this particular formula, and we can find the PDF of x by differentiating f of x with respect to x. Therefore f of x is f dash x or d by dx of capital F of x. So using distribution function you can obtain PDF of x. Also we can find out quartiles, deciles and percentiles using your distribution function. Suppose p is a probability, that is a number which lies between 0 to 1, then 100 into p is a certain number, and we can compute 100 pth percentile of the distribution, and suppose it is denoted by f of eta of p. Okay, and what is your p? P is your probability, which is f of eta p, which is integration from minus infinity to eta p fy dy. Once you can have eta p, you can find out, or once you have p probability which lies between 0 to 1, you can find out the percentile of the distribution. Using the same formula, we can obtain median of the distribution. Median is that value of x such that 50% of the observations are below median and 50% of the observations are above median. So median can be considered as 50th percentile or second quartile or fifth decile, and therefore you can compute f of mu is equal to 0.5. If you invert this function, you will get the value of mu. So mu is your median. Similarly, we have obtained expected value of continuous random variable, which is given by say mu x, which is expected value of x, which is integration for the given range x into fx dx. You can compute expected value of function of any type of continuous random variable, that is h of x is suppose real valued function of x, then you can compute expected value of hx is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity hx into fx dx. So using this formula you can compute expected value of x square, you can compute expected value of x cube, you can compute moment generating function of x, that is expected value of e to the power tx, you can compute geometric mean, you can compute harmonic mean using these things. Okay, so this particular definition, that is expected value of function of random variable, is very important in order to study the characteristic of any type of distribution. One of the important parameter or a variance, that is a measure of dispersion, which is very important in analysis of data. So variance is obtained by expected value of x square minus expected value of x bracket square. Now if expected value of x is equal to say mu, if mean is mu, then sigma square x, that is variance of x divided, is denoted by expected value of x minus mu bracket square. So which is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu bracket square into fx dx, and standard deviation is positive square root of variance is denoted by sigma x, which is under root of variance of x. So this is again very important parameter which we are going to study in case of our any type of distribution. Now let us come to today's topic, that is normal distribution. So normal distribution is much used distribution, which is also called as Gaussian distribution or Gauss distribution, and which is widely used in almost everywhere where we have a random variable obtained with the help of measurements. So the measurements of many human characteristics and machine produced items follows normal distribution. So normal distribution is very important in statistical inference, and it has many applications in various fields like business, industry, etc. So normal distribution and its associated probabilities are an integral part of statistical quality control also. So in SQC we are using normal distribution. So what is normal distribution? Normal distribution is a continuous random variable which take any value in the which can take any value in set of R. So random variable x taking values from minus infinity to plus infinity, having two parameters, namely mu and sigma square, such that mu belongs to R and sigma is positive. Then probability density function of x is given by f of x is equal to 1 upon sigma root 2 pi e to the power minus x minus mu bracket square upon 2 sigma square. So this is called as PDF of normal distribution, which is actually a gamma function. So if you look at the graph of normal distribution, if you see here we have x minus mu upon sigma bracket square. So whatever may be the value of x, either positive or negative, this value will remain same, and therefore normal distribution is symmetric about mu. Okay, normal distribution is symmetric about mu. It is a bell-shaped distribution. We will prove that mean of normal distribution is this parameter mu, or expected value of x is equal to mu, and we will also show that variance of x is equal to sigma square. Further, pi is a constant which has value 3.14159, which is irrational number, and your e is 2.71828. Okay, so here this is the graph of normal distribution. Here on x-axis we have x values, on y-axis we have PDF f of x. Okay, and this is incomplete gamma function. So this is all about PDF of normal distribution. Now, what are the characteristics of normal distribution? So normal distribution, first thing is it is a continuous type of distribution over the range minus infinity to plus infinity. Further, this distribution is symmetric about parameter mu, okay, mean, that is expected value of x. Further, normal distribution has a asymptotic to the horizontal axis, that is, as x tends to minus infinity, the graph will touch to x-axis at infinity, minus infinity, and at plus infinity. Therefore, x-axis is asymptotic to this normal probability curve. Further, we can see that normal probability distribution is unimodal. So there is a single mode for normal distribution, and area under the curve, since it is a probability density function, area under the curve is exactly equal to 1. So, and further, since the distribution is symmetric, this mu is also median of the distribution. Therefore, exactly 50% of the observations are below median, 50% of the observations are below median mu, and therefore mean is equal to mu is equal to, we will show that mode is also mu. Therefore, this distribution is symmetric about mu, where mu is mean, median, and mode of the normal distribution. Now, this mu is called as this mu is called as you can say parameter which shows location, and sigma is your scale parameter. So in this case, if you look at this curve, here you can see one normal curve is like this and another normal curve is like this. Okay, so in this case, if you see the mean of the distribution is 50. So here mu is same for this normal distribution and this normal distribution. So mu is equal to 50. But here if you look at sigma, so here in this case this sigma is, for this distribution sigma is 5, that is here variance is, standard deviation is less as compared to this curve, because here sigma is 10. Okay, so here sigma is different, and therefore height of this curve is also different. As sigma decreases, the curve is more and more sharp at the mean. So here in this case, mean mu is same, mean mu is 50 for this distribution as well as for this distribution, but sigma is different. But if you compare this graph and this normal curve, in this case sigma is same, so height of this particular curve is same, only center is different. Here mu is equal to 100 and here mu is equal to 50. So when you have different mu or different location parameters, the curve will look like this. When we have equal mu, the curve will will be like these two curves, and if sigma is different, the height of the curve, height of this particular curve will change. Okay, so here it is again shown in the first case when you come to this red color distribution. In this case mu is 0 and sigma square is very less, that is 0.2, and here mean is 0. Okay, for the second case, for green curve, in the green curve mean is 0, that is center for red curve, and green curve is same, that is 0, but here variance is increased as compared to this. For red curve variance is only 0.2, for green curve variance is 1. If you look at this flat curve, blue, in this case variance is large, and what is variance? Variance is 5 and mu is same, so mean of the distribution for red, green and blue curve is same, that is 0, but as variance increases, the curve is become more and more flat. If you see this particular curve, in this case mean is -2. For this purple or pink type of probability distribution, here mu is -2 and sigma square is 0.5. Okay, sigma square is 0.45. So it is in between 1 and 0.2. Okay, so for this curve variance is 1, for this curve variance is 0.2, and for this curve variance is 0.5. So it lie between these two curves. The height is in between these two curves, and in this way you can see how your location parameter is changed, then the curve will shift along the x-axis, and when scale parameter, that is sigma, changes, the height of the curve will change. Now in order to find out probabilities of the distribution, we always have to convert our normal distribution, which is normal mu sigma square, into standard normal distribution. So how you convert it into standard normal distribution? So there is first I will give the definition of standard normal distribution. The normal distribution with parameter values is called a standard normal distribution if it has mu is equal to 0 mean and sigma square is equal to 1, that is sigma is equal to 1. So PDF of standard normal variate. So in this particular expression, if you put mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1, we get and that distribution is called as standard normal distribution, and which is denoted by z. So f of z, where mu is 0 and sigma square is 1, is 1 upon sigma root 2 pi e to the power minus z square by 2, where z lies between -1 to +1. So this is called as PDF of standard normal variate, where mean mu is 0 and variance sigma square is 1. So actually one has to write here sigma is equal to 1. So what is f of z 0 1? It is 1 upon root 2 pi e to the power minus z square by 2, because this sigma is equal to 1. And we can find out CDF, cumulative density function, phi of z is equal to probability z is less than or equal to z, which is integration from minus infinity to z fz dz. Okay, so in this way you can find out probability of this type z is less than or equal to z, which we call it as distribution function of z. So standard normal distribution is a normal probability distribution with 0 mean and unit variance or unit standard deviation. So here one can write normal distribution in this way also. It is a bell-shaped curve and it is symmetric. So mu is mean and sigma is called as standard deviation. So for standard normal probability curve, we can find out probabilities of the type z is less than or equal to z. So this is your standard normal curve with mean 0 and sigma is equal to 1. So if this value is equal to say z, if this value is equal to z, we can compute capital F of small z, which is called as phi of z. So phi of z is probability your z is less than or equal to z, and using standard normal curve we can compute probability of this type. So again I will have repetition, or you can say revision of the same thing. For standard normal distribution, mean is 0, variance is equal to 1, and if you have a normal distribution with parameter mu and sigma square, you can always transform it into standard normal variate by the transformation z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, and this is called as z score, because normal probability tables are available for standard normal distributions only, and therefore we can obtain first z score, and using z score we can obtain probabilities using normal probability table. Therefore we represent a standard normal variable z instead of your normal mu sigma square. Then we convert your x to z by the transformation z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, and using normal probability table we can always compute the probabilities of the type probability z is less than or equal to z alpha, where this probability is equal to alpha. So this shaded region is alpha, which is probability under the curve at the ordinate z alpha and x axis, and area bounded by this curve f of x. Okay, so z alpha will denote the value of the measurement axis, that is x, for which area under the curve z curve lies right to this ordinate z alpha. So note that your standard normal probability curve always gives the probability of the type z is greater than or equal to z alpha from z0 onwards only. So normal probability curve gives probability of this type for the half region of this normal curve. So one can find probabilities when z scores are given to you using this table. Now you can see this is the table. Here we have value 0, 0. So these are your z values, and this is second decimal place in this z value. So you can see, and since normal probability curve is symmetric about 0, when we have standard normal probability to the left of this particular value. So after this, what is the probability from 0 to infinity? This probability from 0 to infinity is exactly equal to 0.5. Okay, so the probability is 0. Let us come to this thing. Okay, here I will show another curve or another table in order to find the probabilities which we have in statistical table. If you look at your statistical table, on first page only you have probabilities of normal distribution. Okay, so we will use those probabilities in order to find the probabilities of the z score. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss how to find mean, variance, moment generating function for your normal distribution, and we will discuss some of the properties of normal